Hello, doll people, and welcome to this reintroduction of my doll collection. It's been a long while since I've actually explored the different kinds of dolls that I collect with you guys in mind. This video is going to be split into two parts because I found it very difficult trying to categorize my dolls. But I'd like for this video to be a really chill way for you guys to kind of understand how I collect, the kinds of dolls that I collect, and what really makes me tick as far as like bringing dolls home. I collect a wide range of dolls, and I'm pretty sure many of you do as well. So let's do this. I couldn't really do a collection video without mentioning the fashion dolls because I am a very avid fashion doll collector, and one of my favorite and most influential fashion dolls would have to be Barbie and all of her family and friends. Barbie is always going to be a comfortable spot for me just because if I'm feeling down and I need to buy a doll, she's probably the cheapest and most accessible and the most fashionable in a lot of ways, especially when you consider all the different eras of fashions and all of the joy that people put into creating things for Barbie. The most annoying thing just happened. I was trying to shoot footage for this video and I wanted her to be in the video. This is one of my favorite Silkstone Barbies, and she's kind of special because she came from a dear friend of mine, but as you can see, she doesn't have hands. um, this is just one of the damages I've been seeing amongst a lot of my fashion dolls. The plastic either got warped or some kind of way brittle while they were in storage, and I went to move this hand and it popped right on off, so I yanked this one off with pliers because I am going to replace her hands with some Integrity Toys hands. I always keep hands in like these little bags, the little fashion pack bags from the store, the little Barbie fashion pack bags. Yeah, I love these. They're great. They're still decadent like the Silkstone Barbies are, and they've got manicures. I mean, who doesn't love a good manicure, you know? And then also, the only other option I was thinking of when this happened was I could just change her body out, but I actually really like this body. I know there are some collectors that they don't like it because she does feel kind of brittle in the wrist joints and also the joints here at the elbows and the knees, now that I think about it. But I like the aesthetic, and I like that she could still fit into Silkstone pieces. I think I like these. Yeah. Here. So what I'm gonna have to do is gonna have to like drill into her arms because the post didn't come out because the hands aren't made to come off these bodies. So I'm gonna have to drill in here and get that post out, and then I'm going to insert hot glue into the hole and then place the hands in the hole with the hot glue so that the hot glue molds around the post of the hand. That way it'll be nice and tight and everything. This video won't just be about Barbie and my love for Barbie. Of course, I collect other kinds of fashion dolls, higher end fashion dolls, playline dolls, and pretty much any other fashion doll that really grabs my attention. Which brings me to another really influential doll in my collection, Blythe. She's been super influential in the way that she's introduced me to all these wonderful brands that are kind of exclusive and hard to find, but they kind of live in this universe with Blythe. It's kind of like kids with her or companions, if you will. And it's inspired me to be really creative and take my repainting work to a whole new level. And it's allowed me to really tap into some creativity that I don't think I otherwise would have had without her. Hey y'all. So I'm here at work and some beautiful soul crocheted like hundreds of like these adorable little baby hats. The problem is this box has been sitting here for literal months and we can't use them. My unit here at the hospital is a neurological unit, so it's like we don't have babies over here. We tried to send them over to the pediatric floor, but they refused because of quality, not quality control, infection control. So this box is just sitting here. None of us have the heart to throw it out because many of us here crochet or knit, so we know how much work went into the hundreds of hats that this person made. So I'm gonna take some home because I've got big old dolls that will fit these hats, and I'm gonna add my own little flair just to kind of like respect the fact that some person went and did all this. I mean, look at that. Look at that. And this is what we got it down to after other people picked over. It's still hundreds of hats in here. Like, hundreds. And I just feel so bad that it's sitting here. I brought several of these hats home, and it was my full intention to just respect the fact that somebody really took their time and made so many. And also, it just felt unfair that they were kind of sitting there in some closet or break room, just kind of rotting away. Because I know what it feels like to create something with the full intention of somebody getting some form of enjoyment or warmth from your hard work. And sitting in that break room, it just wasn't. So I brought several of these hats home, and the one that you see me here working on, I chose to add a ribbing and also a pom pom. I mean, honestly, it's me. Hats just aren't finished unless they have a pom pom on them. Also, while shooting this portion of the video, I actually had to look up the definition of what makes something vintage. And I thought it was very interesting that anything over the age of 20 years old is considered to be vintage, which blew my mind because here I was thinking things had to be 50 plus years old, but it's really quite shallow at just 20 years, which makes me kind of excited because I guess that makes me more of a vintage collector than I thought, because I've got many items and dolls in my collection that are well over 20 years old. Even Ashley here. You'll notice a running trend with my vintage collection. While my vintage collection is very particular, and I tend to fall in love with a specific doll rather than a doll brand, they all kind of look like kids. Now, I don't know if that's just because the era that I find to be most appealing to me also depict childlike beauty, or if I'm just a collector that likes a good old baby doll, because I mean, I am a collector that just likes a good old baby doll. So yeah, they look like kids. And crochet and childlike fashion goes so well together. So it's another one of the big old reasons why I love all my charming little vintage dolls. Also, I'd like to point out that why they all got big ass foreheads? Not like is is that just me, or I, were people in the 60s and 50s, did they just have very large stadium like foreheads, or or uh, mm, never mind. And look how cute she is. She's actually one of my favorites. She's a Playmates Gina doll. They're about 8 inches tall. I actually found these dolls the same time I found the Playmates Billy dolls that you see next to her. I also love these really cute play school dolls. I believe they were called. I'm blanking on the name. Dolly Surprise. Yes, the Play School Dolly Surprise dolls. And mine still works. My 18-inch dolls have a serious charm about them. Again, they look like kids, and there's something super, super warm and loving about them, especially my American Girl dolls. And just to kind of celebrate the American Girl doll, I'm going to redress one. So I found American Girl around a really rough patch in my collecting. American Girl kind of reinvigorated the way I collect dolls, and the chunkiness of the American Girl body. Something about it really makes me feel very at home. So my American Girl dolls don't really get a whole lot of photo time. Like, I don't take a whole lot of photos of them, but they live in this really unique place where I'm kind of transcended back to childhood, because the way in which I play with them is exactly how I played with like my buddy dolls and such. Lots of hair play, changing the clothes all the time, and just enjoying that really nice, cozy sort of a feeling. And there she is. She's so adorable. I love her purple hair. It's literally my favorite shade of purple. So this video was a whole lot of fun. I can't wait to actually get the second part out to you guys. Did you guys see any dolls that you really like? Do you guys collect any of the same kinds of dolls? Leave me comments. You guys know I love your comments. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.